During the 1980s, there was no greater songwriter on the planet than Lionel Richie. Not only was he writing hit songs for his group, the Commodores, he was also doing the same for country music star Kenny Rogers. Aside of that, he wrote and sang the theme song to the movie Endless Love as a duet with Diana Ross. As if that weren't enough, he also wrote hits for himself, so much so that he released consecutive albums that went 4 times platinum, then 10 times platinum, then 4 times platinum. Finally, he was the man that brought a diverse group of recording artists together to do the worldwide song We Are the World. Lionel Brockman Richie Jr. was born June 20th, 1949 in Tuskegee, Alabama, to Lionel Sr. and Alberta. Richie was raised on the Tuskegee Institute campus. His grandmother was a concert pianist, and she tried to teach Lionel to play. However, he never did learn to read music, but he could play anything he heard by ear. After he graduated high school, he attended college at Tuskegee Institute. As a freshman, in 1967, he and 6 other schoolmates formed a group. They got their name Commodores by randomly selecting a word out of the dictionary. After initially finding success performing throughout the state of Alabama, by 1971 the group was opening for the Jackson 5. As a junior in college, he and the group often flew back and forth, doing shows and then returning to school and taking makeup exams. By this time, the Commodores were each making about $200,000 a year. As a result, Lionel was considering dropping out of school. Before he did so, he talked to his dean. To sum up their conversation, the dean told Lionel something like this: college was a place to develop a scheme to make money if you didn't already have a scheme to make money. If you had a scheme to make money, then get the hell out of here. After that, Lionel dropped out of college as a senior to perform with the Commodores full time. However, Lionel's father was not impressed by how much money he was making because he didn't get any of it. After the group's first hit record, the royalty checks began coming to Lionel's father's house, but Lionel couldn't find his check. He called all the other band members, and they had all received theirs. Several times, Lionel asked his parents if they'd seen his check, and several times, Lionel Sr. told Lionel Jr. no, he had not seen his check. One day, when Lionel's mother went to the bank, she was literally met at the door by the bank president, who proceeded to kiss her butt and give her the royal treatment the entire time she was there. He'd never done that before, and there was a reason why he was doing it now. Eventually, Lionel found out that his father had deposited his rather large check, the check that Lionel had been searching feverishly for. When Junior confronted Senior about the check, the father responded, quote, "Isn't this the parents' portion?" Unquote. Now he know good and well there ain't no parents' portion of no check. Whoever even heard of that? He just yeah. The Commodores' debut album, Machine Gun, was released in 1974. The album went gold. Additionally, the title song, as well as I Feel Sanctified, both went top 20. Meanwhile, while he initially was only singing and playing the saxophone in the group, Lionel eventually began to write songs. He was inspired by songwriters such as Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Paul McCartney, John Lennon, and Billy Joel. The first song that Lionel wrote that was a hit was the #1 song Happy People in 1974. While it was intended to be for the Commodores, it instead was recorded by the Temptations. After that, Lionel would go on to write many of the group's biggest hits. In 1975, their album Caught in the Act produced the group's first #1 hit, Slippery When Wet. Additionally, the cut This Is Your Life hit the top 20. Over the next 4 years, the group released 6 albums, including 1 live album. Nearly every album produced a #1 hit, as Just to Be Close to You, Easy, Too Hot to Trot, 3 Times a Lady, and Still all hit the top of the charts. Other songs that were hits included This Is Your Life, Sweet Love, Fancy Dancer, the ever popular Brick House, and Sail On. All hit the top 20. One song that didn't chart, Zoom, would go on to become a fan favorite. Additionally, of those 6 albums, 4 of them went number 1, 1 went gold, while 5 of them went platinum. As the Commodore style evolved, they began releasing more ballads. Lionel drew his inspiration from different places when writing the group's biggest songs. For example, he wrote the song 3 Times a Lady for his mom, based on the toast his father once made to her, where he said that she was a fine lady, fine mother, and a great friend. That gave Lionel the idea 3 different things to make her a lady. The song Easy was inspired by Lionel seeing 365 pages of paperwork that showed where the Commodores would be traveling and performing over the next year. Thinking at the time that he just wanted to take it easy and not have any chains put on him, stirred the idea to write the song. Meanwhile, Richie was hitting his stride as a songwriter. In 1980, he wrote the song Lady for country music star Kenny Rogers. The song would go number 1 on both the pop and the country music charts. That worked out so well that in 1981, Richie produced Rogers' entire album, Share Your Love. The album went platinum while also going number 1 on the country music charts. This shouldn't be overlooked, as it's no small feat for a black man to produce the number 1 country album in America. That same year, Lionel also wrote and sang the song Endless Love as a duet with Diana Ross. Lionel was busy in 1981 because that same year, the Commodores released the album In the Pocket. It went number 4 on the R&B charts and contained the hits Lady, You Bring Me Up, and Oh No. Both singles went top 10 on both the R&B and pop charts. After the release of In the Pocket, the group was still going strong as they released 6 consecutive studio platinum albums. What they didn't know at the time was that they just completed the last album that Lionel Richie would record with the Commodores. Even as it was happening, Lionel himself didn't realize it. Years later, he reflected on what happened, saying that leaving the band was the hardest thing he'd ever gone through. Here's how it went down. Initially, Lionel was asked by Motown if he wanted to do a solo album. Not necessarily to leave the Commodores, but just to do a solo project. He agreed and released his solo debut in 1982 titled Lionel Richie. Album went number 1, as well as going 4 times platinum. The single Truly went number 1, while You Are and My Love each made it into the top 10. After the huge success of that album, Motown wanted Lionel to get right back in the studio to get to work on that next album. Somehow, he topped himself with Can't Slow Down, which was released in 1983. This time, the album went number 1 on both the R&B and pop charts. If you thought 4 times platinum was good, what if you could do twice that in sales, and then some? That's exactly what Lionel did, as the album went 10 times platinum. The songs All Night Long, All Night, and Hello both went number 1. Additionally, the singles Running with the Night, Stuck on You, and Penny Lover each made the top 10. After 2 smash albums, listen, there was no way he was going back to the Commodores. Before he released his next album, Richie would have a hand in writing 2 number 1 hits. First, he wrote and produced the song Missing You for Diana Ross. The song was a tribute to music star Marvin Gaye, who'd been slain earlier that year. Next, he co-wrote the worldwide smash We Are the World with superstar Michael Jackson. Richie's next album, Dancing on the Ceiling, came in 1986. The album went 4 times platinum, with the single Say You, Say Me going number 1 on both the R&B and pop charts. Additionally, the singles Dancing on the Ceiling, Love Will Conquer All, Ballerina Girl, and Selah each made the top 20. We're going to take a time out from our story to ask you to like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that notification bell, and repeat when it comes to our videos. Now, back to our story. Lionel would have another number 1 hit on the R&B charts with the single Do It To Me in 1992. After releasing 4 albums, Louder Than Words, Time, Renaissance, and Just For You, Richie popped back up with 2006's Coming Home. The album went number 3 on the R&B charts and number 6 pop, while also going gold. He would have his final number 1 album in 2012 with Tuskegee, as the album also went platinum. The LP featured Richie singing duets of some of his biggest hits with country music stars such as Kenny Rogers, Willie Nelson, Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney, and Shania Twain. In 2017, Richie was named as one of the judges on the reboot of the long-running TV show American Idol. Currently, Lionel also continues to tour, as he's on the Say Hello to the Hits tour. The tour is currently in Europe, but will make his way to America near the end of September. Lionel Richie has proven to be a triple threat when it comes to music. He's been so good at songwriting that his singing and producing are almost secondary to that. Additionally, he's written and produced and performed songs that have topped the charts in 3 different genres: R&B, pop, and country. How many people can say that? Happy birthday, Lionel. What's your favorite Lionel Richie song? Was he better as a member of the Commodores or as a solo artist? Let us know in the comments. Thank you all for checking out our video. We appreciate you spending time with us. We have other videos that need love too. Take time to check those out as well. Thanks again and see you soon.